This blog is going to talk about how we interact with the world energetically. And it's kind of based on an exercise I do at the beginning of guided meditation. So I'm going to start with that. It should be less than a minute. I'm going to do a very abbreviated version of it, but it'll give you some context because energy is kind of tough to talk about if you don't kind of have a point of reference, if like an experiential like point of reference. So if you be with me, give me a chance here. Breathe in, hold it, and let it go. And then take all of your energy and all of your thought and bring it into a point in the center of your heart center or your heart chakra. And bring that to a fine point. And almost compress it. Feel it, the sensation of it being kind of compressed into a point. Constricted. Now allow that energy to expand out and around you like a widening sphere. And as your heart energy expands, allow your heart to open. And then just notice the sensation of this, even physically, and physically and emotionally. Notice the sensation of this expanded heart energy. It's like it goes beyond perhaps the edges of our body. It's almost like a cloud of energy that we are a part of, or we may even be. And that's our point of reference. So it's getting used to our heart energy being less constricted and more expansive. So that is, and the reason that I'm suggesting that is because my experience is that that's how our energy naturally is. It is more open. I think when we get stressed or tense or defensive, we constrict our energy, not just our heart energy. I mean, actually each of our energy centers has these chakras or energy centers. You can do that exercise in each of the chakras, but our energy in general, I just do the heart because it's kind of in the center and it's an easy reference and it's a great one to do it. So, we tend to, when we get stressed, we constrict our energy, we pull it in. And then also we keep it kind of contained within our body. It's just what we're conditioned to do. It's like our reality. We think that, our energy is, if there is such a thing as energy, it's definitely got to stay in our body, right? It doesn't it doesn't color beyond the edges of the paint. It stays in. So when there's this kind of conditioning we have to stay contained, and then stress makes us stay kind of constricted. And it's unnatural. Our energy is not meant to be constricted in a little ball or to stay in the confines of our body. Perhaps, this is my truth, but experience it for yourself. Try it both ways and see which feels more natural for you, And so it's like allowing it to expand, and then it's just, for me, it's just a more spacious feeling. My energy, my energy is just more spread out. It's like in a cloud. It's still kind of my heart energy. It's still me. It's still my energy, but it has a different sensation when it's spread out. Okay, and so then it's just getting used to walking through life like that. And then also our energy is more, it doesn't have the edges of our body either. It's just like in a cloud. So it's more permeable right? I mean, other energies can come in and move through and go out. Like I talk about allowing energy in quite a bit in this blog. It's like allowing the energy of the experience in. And that's an example. We're allowing the energy of the experience in. We're allowing other people's energy in. And it's just more, and that it's, I don't know, it's just more porous. It's more permeable. Energy flows through us. Our energy overlaps with other energy, and it's okay, you know. And now you may say to yourself, well, how do I set boundaries with people? Or what if there's bad energy? Like, how do I do that? And that's a really good question if you were thinking of that. If not, you probably eventually would if you stayed with this long enough. And so the idea there is we use our intention more. So if energy comes in and it's darker energy, we're just like, I have no home for that energy, you know, in my body. It can flow right on through, you know. It doesn't. It doesn't. I don't need to, you know, create this barrier. Perhaps. I mean, again, maybe you do want to create a barrier for some types of energy that feel really dark or toxic or negative or whatever else. I'm not telling you what. I never want to tell you what to do. I'm just suggesting that maybe we look at things from a different perspective. And so you can be open and allow your energy to be more spacious and dispersed and more porous and permeable. And you can still be more safe emotionally. In fact, I would argue that you're more safe because you're more in touch with the world. You know, you can feel you can feel other people's energy more. You know what energy to allow into your heart and what energy to let pass by. Other way, it's like a closed system, right? It's like, and we don't really know what's on the other side of the wall. Because we can't feel it. Our feeling senses go there, and it's difficult for us to feel what's beyond our energy bubble, right? This way, if it's more porous and open, it's more spacious, you know. Now we can feel energy that's outside. Our energy kind of is more open. Things can flow in. Our energy can expand out more. Other people's energy can come in. We can allow energy in. We can offer energy back. You know, it's more of this flow, and it's almost like our energy, you know, it kind of breathes. It naturally just kind of, our energy, like it's like our consciousness, right? It knows what to do. If we just let go of constricting it and let it kind of do its natural thing, it can start, you know, interacting with the world in a natural way. Now, I know everyone that's listening to this has experienced this. When your heart is open, when you just feel really like open-hearted, you know, you're really, you know, then you're in this state usually. So you've experienced nothing that you haven't experienced. It's just more of a practice of maybe I can walk this way more often. Maybe I can just let my barriers down a little bit and allow my energy to breathe naturally, kind of with the world and with the environment I'm in. And then it can function, and our chakras are giving us information, our instincts are working, our intuition is working. We find a flow through life more, you know, and we're just more open. But it is a difference. It's like, you know, when it just, to me, I feel a little more spacious, almost a little more spacey at first. So it can be a little disorienting, you know, just because we're used to it being within us and constricted, you know, and compressed. And when it's decompressed, I mean, to me, it feels a little bit like a relief, but it can be like a little, whoa, a little spacey, and just like, and it just takes a while to get used to your energy being more dispersed and you're more, you literally are more spread out. You're more spacious. Your energy is allowed to flow. It's more flowy, but very, very grounded. Okay, because it's going down into the earth more too. So it's not like it's not like this airy fairy floaty thing. It's just more open. And so that's my suggestion, is to maybe focus on that a little bit and see if it's for you. I like it, obviously, which is why I'm suggesting you check it out. But try it, and give it a chance, because it may just feel like this is awesome and a relief. Wow, I'm going to do this all the time. Or it may feel a little weird. And it may just take a while to adjust to it. And then once you sit with it, even for like 5 minutes, once you sit with it, in meditation, and we do that guided meditation, if we do that even for a couple of minutes, you start reorienting and getting used to your heart energy being more dispersed and more spacious, and you kind of recalibrate and reorient, and it's a different sensation as you kind of walk through life. So that is my video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're enjoying your fall, and happy belated fall equinox. And we got a few cooler mornings. I guess it's going to get hot again this week, but we got a few cool fall mornings right on the fall equinox, and I get in the solar eclipse. So there's lots of energy cooking around, and as you go through your week, maybe just think about your energy, and maybe play with, even for a minute in your meditation, or when you're sitting there, whatever, waiting in line, whatever, just like, just maybe you let it out a little bit. We don't have to be so constricted and compressed. And it's just much more, for me, once you get used to it, because it is maybe a little weird, it's a much more pleasant way to experience life, because it's just more open and spacious. And it's not so tight and compressed and constricted and enclosed. So give it a shot, and I'll see you in a week.